What's up, guys? Welcome back to the How to Code a Spigot plugin for 1.15 series. This is episode 17, and we will be talking about custom enchantments in today's video. Custom enchantments can be done in many ways. If you go search it before, you'll find people have done it through lore, people have done it through actually the enchantment wrapper, and that's what we'll be doing over. We'll actually be going over the enchantment aspect of it. We won't be making our fake enchantment, as I would call it fake, if people just do it through the lore. So what our custom enchantment plugin is going to look like is if I run the command /telepathy, I'll get this custom tool right here. And my tool has 3 enchantments on it, 2 of which are a Minecraft enchantment and 1 is a custom one. So I have efficiency 10, unbreaking 10, and I have telepathy 1. So if you don't know what telepathy is, it's a really popular custom enchantment. But when I break a block, you'll see that the block automatically goes right into my inventory. Ignore that you don't see the block actually breaking. That's just my shader. My shader's broken. So if I break this block with no telepathy enchant, you'll see the block falls. When I break the block with the telepathy enchantment, it just goes right into my inventory. And it's a pretty simple enchant to make. But the main point of this video, of course, is the custom enchant part of how to make a custom enchant. So the way I coded this, which I found out like last week how to do this, which is really cool. I've been coding for the past week and a half. I've been coding a custom enchantment plugin, and it bothered me because the server that bought the plugin from me really wanted to use it in their Essentials plugin, and I didn't know how to make a custom enchant in Minecraft enchant. But I finally figured it out. So if we do the command /kit dtools, this is a dtools is a Essentials kit. So through the Essentials plugin, I have a kit called dtools, and if I get that kit, you'll see that I have telepathy on it. And no, this is, of course, it's lore, but no, it actually has a telepathy enchant on it, and it's not through looking at the lore name, it's actually the enchant. So I registered this custom enchant as a Minecraft enchant. It is not a custom, it is a custom enchant, but it's registered as a Minecraft enchant. Furthermore, if I hold this tool that doesn't have enchants and I do /enchant, you can see there's a bunch of enchants here, and this is through the Essentials plugin again. You won't see my enchant on here, but if I type in telepathy, you'll see I get the telepathy enchant and it works perfectly fine. Now, I will say one thing before we start coding, and that is custom enchant, do not add it to the lore. So these names right here, these telepathy names are custom added in. I had to type it in myself. As you see with the shovel that has telepathy, it does not have a name on it. It does not show the telepathy enchant. So when coding custom enchants, we can code the enchantment itself. We can put it on a tool. We can use it on a tool, but it won't show it on the tool. We will have to add it in ourselves. Now, if you do know a better way of adding it in yourself than just adding it to the lore, let me know in the comments below. But I've been looking for weeks now, and I found nothing on it. I did find how to make it into a Minecraft enchant, but I did not find anything about adding it automatically to the lore. We'll do that ourselves. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and create a new project. I'm gonna right click on the Pack Explorer, go to new Java project, and I'm gonna name this telepathy enchant, I guess. Telepathy enchant. And I'm gonna go ahead and press next. And we're going to add into the libraries tab the external jar of the Spigot jar file. And I do have to say that what we're coding with today, the enchantment wrap that we will be using, it is a 1.13 plus. So if you're coding in 1.8, this will not work. It's a different API for this. But if you're coding in 1.13 plus, this will work. So let's open up that project, go in the SRC, right click, go to new, package, and as usual, go ahead and create your package. And my package is me.myname coded red dot the name of the project, custom enchant. Go ahead, right click on that package, go to new class, and go ahead and create your main class. I'm gonna call it main. Inside the main class, do extends Java plugin to bring in our Spigot jar file. And then our on enable and on disable. As usual, the on enable when the server is starting up, whatever's in there will run, and the on disable when the server is shutting down, on disable will run, and disable. Awesome. So we're going to create our enchantments, our custom enchant in 2 different classes. So the first class I want to make is I'm going to click on the package. I'm going to right click on it, go to new class, and I'm going to name this class the wrapper class. So you can name it, I usually name it enchantment wrapper. Now inside this wrapper class is basically where we're going to set our enchantments, where we're going to basically create it, I could say. We're not registering it, but we're creating it here. So for enchantment wrapper, we will need to extend the enchantment class. Extends enchantments. And this enchantments right here, if you hover over it, you'll see there's 2 different imports. There's the org.bucket enchants, and then there's the 1.15 one. And just go ahead and use the original, just org bucket enchant, because that will make it so we can use this on 1.13 plus servers. And you'll see there's another red underline right here. If you hover over it, it says add the constructor. Let's go ahead and add it. And then once we add that, oh man, if you do get not nulls, go ahead and just delete that. I need to fix that for my Eclipse. But you'll see we get another red underline, and you'll say, oh, gotta add unimplemented methods. So let's go ahead and click that, and we'll add it all in there. If you do get not nulls, go ahead and just copy them like that, hover over them, press Control F, and let me press Control F. You see the top right of the screen. I'm just gonna replace them all with spaces, and then delete this. Sorry, that's an Eclipse thing, Spigot thing I need to fix. But so once you go ahead and import everything, this is what your file will look like. So what your enchantment wrapper will look like. So to start off with, this is the constructor. It's a different kind of constructor that we haven't dealt with. It is a super constructor. It works similar to normal constructors that we use, but then you'll see we have a bunch of different methods. Can enchant item, and this is basically just checking if you can enchant with a certain kind of item. Similar that conflicts with enchantment, if you can enchant the item if it has a certain enchant. You can go through these, are pretty self-explanatory. The only 2 that we will change, is the max level and the get name. So at the top, let's go ahead and add in 2 things here. And to be a private final string, I'm gonna call it name, and another private final int, and we'll call it max level. LVL for level. Now you'll see we get this little error right here. That's because we need to fix our constructor. So what I'm going to do is we're going to change this completely. So delete what's in here. I'm going to pass in 3 things. We're going to pass in the string, the namespace, the string of the name, and the int excuse me, of the level. Now we need to change our super, and our super is going to be a name spaced key, and then don't want to type it down right now, but I should type it down. We'll just change it in a second. Namespace key, namespace, and then new. Okay, so it's an error because I want to explain this to you guys real quick. So typically when you create a namespace key, you want to send in a new, and then you also want to send in the a reference to the main class. So if I had a reference to the main class, you would send in something like this. So when creating a namespace key, you would say new space key, and then the reference to the main class, and then the namespace key. We're going to do something a little differently. Remember I said that we are creating a quote-unquote Minecraft enchant? And the reason why we're creating a Minecraft enchant, because we wanted to work with the Essentials kits. We want to work with basic kits. So to create a quote-unquote Minecraft enchant, it's going to look like this. Super, namespace key, dot, you'll see we have Minecraft right here, dot Minecraft, and then go ahead and just delete these right there. So super namespace key dot Minecraft, and then our namespace, and I'll explain that in a second. We also want to go ahead and add in the name equal to name, this dot name equal to name, as well as this dot max level equal to level, and there we go. Our constructor is done. Now, like I said, .minecraft, when you're using .minecraft, it will create a quote-unquote Minecraft enchant. And what I mean by that is when registering an enchant, there's two different ways it will be registered. Normal Minecraft enchants are registered like this. Minecraft, so something like this. Minecraft, and that says like, I don't know, unbreaking 1. I think it's like 1. It looks something like that. In Spigot, when you're registering an enchant on an item, the item will show an enchant like this, Minecraft Unbreaking 1. However, when you're creating a custom enchant and you don't do it this way, it'll look like whatever your plugin is named. So Telepathy Enchant Unbreaking 1. So these are differences. When we use .minecraft, we are creating a Minecraft enchant. When we don't use .minecraft, we are creating a telepathy enchant, which is just the name of our class, the name of our project, enchant. Sorry, that's a little confusing, but basically we want to create a Minecraft one because we want to use it in kits. So let's get rid of that. And then once we have it looking like this, scroll down a little bit, and to the name, get name, will return name, and the max level, we return the max level. Awesome. Now that it's created, we can go ahead and create the other class. Right click on the package, go to new class, and create the custom enchants class. Once you have this class created, a few things we want to put in here. Let's actually go ahead and create our enchant. And to create an enchant, to look like this: public static final enchantment. And then we'll make the name of the enchantment, and we'll put it all capitalized, telepathy. And it's going to equal a new enchantment wrapper. And here is when we pass in our parameters to that enchantment constructor we just did, the enchantment wrapper constructor. The first parameter will be our namespace key, which is telepathy. The next parameter is the name of it. The name of our enchantment is telepathy, which is just a capital T. And the max level will be 1 because it doesn't really matter for this enchantment. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and import the enchantment, and of course it's the same one we used earlier. And boom, we just created our custom enchantment. And let me zoom in, sorry about that. We just created our custom enchantments just like that. Our enchantment is created. Now when creating multiple enchantments, go ahead and use a different namespace key. Namespace key is basically just a unique name that goes to that enchantment. It's the best way I can try to explain it. It's just a unique name that goes to that enchantment. It doesn't really matter what this is. It's custom, whatever you guys want to make it. So now that we have our enchantment created through our wrapper, we go ahead and create 2 methods. Public static void register, and then public static void register. Let's do register enchantments. We'll pass in the enchantments. Why not? And there we go. So 2 different methods here, and this is really up to you. This method right here you must have. This one right here is optional. So this one we must have is what it will look like this. We'll pass in a boolean called registered. Set the equal to true. And now we want to do a try and catch here. So we're going to try, and we're going to catch an exception E. And if we do catch an error, just set registered equal to false, and then we can print an error if you wanted to. So inside the try, what we want to put is field f equals enchantment dot class dot get declared field. And the declared field we want to get is the accepting new. Go ahead and import field. And I believe the import for field is the reflect. Awesome. And now we want to do is f.set accessibility. Accessible to true. And then f.set, and then we set objects, we're set null to true. And then finally enchantment.register. Enchantment. So if you ever Google search this, anywhere online, you'll probably find this method right here. This is basically how you add an enchantment to Spigot, to the server that's running. And then finally, I want to do right after this try and catch, I want to say if registered. If y'all wanted to, we can go ahead and send a message here. It's up to you. That's what I'm going to put that there just in case you guys want to send a message to the console saying, hey, this enchantment got registered, whatever. So like I said, this method right here is required. You must use this method to register your enchantments. And if it does catch an error, the error is basically just something wrong with your enchantment, or usually it's because the enchantment has already been registered. So when you reload a server, a lot of people are against reloading servers, but for a plugin developer, I reload servers nonstop because I don't feel like restarting my damn server every single time I want to check something with my code. So for us, reloading servers, we do it a lot. Usually server owners don't reload servers, but for us, we do it a lot. So this method right here, we'll just check if our enchantment is already registered. So it's a little complicated one, but we'll get through it. First off, we're going to make a Boolean. And the Boolean is going to be Boolean. We'll call it registered. Why not? It's going to equal an array. An arrays.stream. And we're going to stream the enchantment dot values. And then go out of that parentheses and then do dot collectors dot to list. Go out of that parentheses and do dot contains, and then we're checking if it contains the custom enchants dot telepathy, or I guess we can just say telepathy here. And boom. So I spelled registered wrong. Okay, so now we can say if registered, if registered is false, we say put an exclamation point there. If it's false, go ahead and register the enchantment. Register enchantment. The enchantment is the telepathy. Okay, so what did I do here? I created a Boolean called register. And we did this before in past few videos, actually. Basically, what we're doing is we're going through all the values of enchantments. We're going through all those values, and we're collecting it to a list. And we're checking that list and seeing if it contains the enchantment telepathy. If it contains the enchantment telepathy, then it's registered. If it's not registered, go ahead and register it. Like I said earlier, this just stops it from, when we reload our server, it just stops it from throwing an error into the console. So if it's already registered, we don't want to re-register it. And now that is it. Our enchantment is done. We created the wrapper and we created the enchantment. All we have to do now is go to our main class and call the enchantment. And the enchantment is custom enchants.register. And there you go. You created the custom enchantments. Now I'm just going to go ahead and create an event and a command real quick just to test out our enchantment. If this is all you wanted to see, you're done with creating it. But like I said, we created the enchantment, but we did not add it to the lore. So when making this item, when adding this telepathy enchantment to an item, you will have to affect the lore and make sure the lore says telepathy 1 or whatever the level is. So in the Java plugin, let's keep moving forward. Implements listener. And I'm going to throw in a listener, an event, and a command on main because I'm lazy. Get server .get plugin manager .register events, and we're registering this, and that's just gonna register all the events in this class only, the main class only. Go down here, and we'll say event handler public void on block break, and the event is block break event. Go ahead and import all that. Oh. All right, I am stupid, sorry. add event handler, and then go ahead and import that. Okay, and also in our block break, there is like 7 if statements we have to do for this enchantment to work. And this is just for the telepathy enchantment. Like I said, we're done with the custom enchant part, so we're just creating what our enchantment does here. So there's like 7 or so if statements we have to do before we can actually make the block go into their inventory. And that is event.getPlayer.getInventory. And we're just say .get item in main hand. And we'll say that equals null. Go ahead and just return. So if they don't have an item in the main hand, kick them out. We don't care about them. Next up is if we get the item in their main hand, then we do .has item meta. And we'll put an exclamation point here saying if they don't have item meta, kick them out. We don't care if their item doesn't have item meta. Next up is the same thing. Instead of has item meta, we're going to do .get item meta .has enchant. And the enchant is custom enchants.telepathy. So this is why I made it static, because we're going to call our custom enchants class, and we're just going to get that telepathy enchant that we set. So we're just going to call this class, and we're going to get this enchant right here. So if their item is null, that means they're not holding any item. If the item has no item meta, kick them out. We don't care about them. If the item doesn't have the enchantment telepathy, return, kick them out. We do not care about them. And then finally, there's 3 more we need to check. If the event getPlayer.getGameMode equals GameMode.creative, or if the event .getPlayer.getGameMode equals GameMode.spectator, go ahead and kick them out, because we do not care about them if they're in creative or spectator. And 2 more events. We're to say if event.getPlayer.getInventory.firstEmpty. First empty. If it equals -1, I'm pretty sure I talked about this in the past video, but if their first empty inventory equals -1, that means there is no room in their inventory left. So we can just go ahead and kick them out. That means they have no space left in their inventory, so no need to send the block to their inventory. And then finally, this is just for sake of being lazy, if event.getBlock.getState is an instance of container, go ahead and kick them out. And what a container is a chest. So we're going to import this block one, bucket.block.container. Now with those 1, 2, 3, 6 if statements, we are ready to send that block to the player's inventory. So like I said, this is just the custom enchantment of when I use this enchantment, the block gets automatically sent. You see I have 21 dirt, 22, 23, 24. It just gets automatically sent to my inventory. When we have all these checks finally done, that means they have the tool that we want them to have. They have telepathy, and all we have to do is grab that drop item, which is first thing we want to do is event.set drop item to false. So what this will do is it'll make it so no blocks drop. And then we can say player equals event.getPlayer, as well as block equals event.getBlock. Go ahead and import those two. And to get the drops is a collection item stack. We'll call it drops. We'll set it equal to block.getDrops. Event dot, what am I doing here? Player dot get inventory dot get item in main hand. Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to remember what I did here. Okay. So collection, let's import this. What is wrong with this? Block. Oh, because I want to use this block. Spell block wrong. All right, there we go. So what I'm doing here is collection item stack. So I'm setting making a collection, and we're calling it drops because that's what the drops are. They're a collection. And I'm getting block, which we made up here, our block. Get drops. What get drops does, it gets all the possible blocks it could drop from your item. So if you're holding a wood pickaxe and you're mining a diamond ore, you will not get diamond because you're holding a wood pickaxe. But if I'm holding a diamond pickaxe and I'm mining diamond ore, my drops will drop a diamond. So I'm getting all the drops possible. And I'm basically just gonna say, once I know the drops, I'm just gonna add it to the inventory. So player.get inventory dot add item drops, and kind of do it the really lazy way, but I'm just gonna iterate it and then dot next. Just gonna get the item. And one important thing to do is say if drops dot is empty, just return. So if they don't have any item in the drops, if they're mining a diamond ore with a wood pickaxe, don't drop anything because nothing's going to drop. If you do run this with 0 drops, it's going to throw an error. So, and that's it for this event. Once we do these 6 checks, making sure they have an item that has telepathy, if they're not in this game mode, and if their inventory is not full, and then if it's not a chest, only because if it is a chest, it's kind of annoying to get the chest items added to the inventory, so I don't really care about it. And then we just add the item to the inventory and it's good to go. So this event is all done. And then finally, let's go ahead and just add in a on command real quick. Plug boolean on command, the command sender, and I'm gonna call this sender. And then we'll add in the command cmd and then a string called label and then an array of string. If I can type on this keyboard, args. Go ahead and import all that. Once that is all imported, we're going to make, like I said, a really basic command. If label dot equals ignored case telepathy, and then if the sender is instance of a player, so I'm saying if they're not instance of a player, just return true. I don't really care. Send them a message. This is basically saying if the sender is a console, we can't give them an item, so let's kick them out. And then I can just say player equals the cast of a player to the sender. And then we need to create that item. So the item is an item stack. Item equals to a new item stack. Material dot diamond pickaxe. So once we have this item right here, the diamond pickaxe, we can do item dot add unsafe enchantment. So our enchantment is classified as an unsafe enchantment by Spigot because we coded it, of course. We're unsafe. So we want to add that unsafe telepathy. The level that we want to add is 1, and that is how you add your custom enchant to a item. Create the item or get the item if you're doing it that way. If you can get the item, add an unsafe enchantment, our enchantment, the level, and then yeah, we'll just do it like that. And then of course, if you do like my other one, you can add an unsafe enchantment of fine, we'll just do it. Add unsafe enchantment, and then you can also add in like Minecraft enchantments here, like I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. Enchantment, and then dig speed. And we could add dig speed of 100 in there. Doesn't matter. And then finally, we're just gonna create that item meta. Meta equals item dot get item meta, and then we'll create a list called lore. Oops, sorry, list of string called lore equals new array list of strings. Import all that, then do lore dot add, and we're gonna add in our telepathy 1. And like I said, because our custom enchantment will not add this by itself, we need to add it in manually. So we're going to add in our gray telepathy 1 to the lore, and we'll make it look like an enchantment. That's really all enchantment is, just lore. And then we'll do meta.set lore to lore, and then item dot set item meta to meta, and then finally player dot get inventory dot add item return true. Okay, boom, there we did. Done. 30 minutes. So what we did is create the item diamond pickaxe. We added the unsafe enchantments, which is our custom enchants from our custom enchant class. We're adding this enchantment right here to our item, set level to 1. Also went ahead and added an efficiency, which is dig speed, to 100. We created the item, created the lore, added the lore, set the lore, add the item, and of course if the player's inventory is full, you should probably check that and drop it on the ground. But for the sake of time, we're not going to do that. But I will do one more thing, and that is show you guys how to add this lore if there's already existing lore. So say we weren't creating an item, say we were getting an item from the player's hand. Say the player was holding an item, and we just wanted to add the telepathy to that. What we want to say is if meta.has lore, no, God. So if they have lore, what the heck? So if they have lore, let's go ahead and make a for loop, and the for loop will go string L through meta.get lore, and we'll do lore.add L. So if we're already holding an item, so if I was already holding this item and I said, hey, let's add the enchantment to it. Let's add our telepathy enchantment to it. This item already has enchantments. It already has enchantments, it already has a lore. So what I want to do is I want to create a lore. I want to add telepathy 1 to it, and then I want to add the other lore to it. Because if you do it the other way, then I will have a lore. If it already has lore and I add telepathy 1 lore to it, the lore will be under this purple name. So I want to set the lore to this and then add the other lore, the existing lore to it. So if it has, this is also good, check right here, meta, if it has lore, go ahead and do that. And then with everything done, we can go ahead and finally test our damn plugin. SRC, right click, go to new file, plugin.yml. Our main class is me.codedred.telepathy enchant.main, because main is our name class name. If you name it something else, it'll be something else. The name of our plugin is telepathy, sure, whatever. Author is yourself. The version is 1.0, and then the one command that we have, 2 spaces, is telepathy. Now I hope I remembered everything. Let's go test out and see if I did. I'm gonna export to my server jar file. Next, make sure you have like all these checked, whatever, and then I'm gonna name it Ep17. Oh no, I named it wrong. Okay, should do that. I'm going to name it Telepathy Enchant. There we go. And then we'll reload the server. Servers take a little bit to reload because I have a bunch of plugins that I'm testing on. All right. So when you add this plugin to your server and then you start back up, you'll see that we can go ahead and run that command, telepathy. Just a few more seconds. There we go. To run the command, telepathy. And let me move that for you guys. Run the command telepathy, and we get our tool, our telepathy tool of enchantment efficiency 100 and telepathy 1. If I mine a block, you'll see I get it right to my inventory. Awesome. And just like that, that's how you create a custom enchant. Now, all my videos are starting around like 35-minute plus now, but I did get a comment saying that they liked it, that it's not like a million parts. I could have split this video up into 2 parts, but I just went ahead and did it all in one. I really hope that did make sense to you guys, and I will go ahead and load up this enchantment wrapper real quick to show you guys that I recommend always just making a Minecraft enchant. Go ahead and just always make it a .minecraft namespace, because it's so useful for servers. Because you know what, I'm just going to show you guys, because if you don't know what Essentials is, it's a really popular plugin. There's like 50,000 servers that use it, and I'm just in my server file. I'll show you guys. And if we go into essentials, and if we go into the config of it, no, wait, sorry, you go into the kits of it. You see, there's a bunch of kits, and this is what I mean by making it a Minecraft enchant. If we go ahead to our D tools, you'll see that I added Telepathy 1 as an enchant, just like they're adding in Fortune, just like they're adding in Unbreaking. I registered our enchantment as a Minecraft enchant, so it lets me do this. Of course, the only thing it won't let me do is add it as a lore, so I went ahead and added it as a lore too. But it's pretty cool. Go ahead and add it to Minecraft enchant. And that's all I have for you guys for today. I really hope you guys did enjoy the video. I am going to start posting Monday and Friday, I believe. Monday and Friday we'll start posting videos, so if you have suggestions, go ahead and hop in my Discord and let me know what you want to see. Also, if you want to have the GitHub code to this project, I do have a GitHub for it. You'll need to be a patron supporter though. It's only $3 a month and you get access to all my GitHub and a bunch of other stuff. So go ahead and check out my Patreon. It is in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.